Kannada is the language I speak. Kannada is the language I am proud of. Kannada is my mother tongue. Here are some facts and figures you need to know about this lovely language of the lovely land of Karnataka. It is the language spoken in Karnataka, a state in South India. It is also the official and administrative language of the state. Native people of Karnataka speaking Kannada are called Kannadigas. Kannada is said to be a member of the family of Dravidian language. It is the second oldest of the four major Dravidian languages with a literary tradition. It is said to be closely related to Telugu script. Both these languages have emerged from an old Canarese or Karnataka script. Kannada occupies the 31st place of the top spoken languages in the world by population. It is supposed that there are about 35 million Kannadigas in the world. Konkani, Kodava and Tulu languages only use Kannada script. Going back in the timeline of history, Kannada was spoken as a court language of many empires, including those of Vijayanagara Empire, Chalukya Empire, Hoysala Empire and Rashtrakuta dynasty. This language is written in Kannada script. Kannada script is said to be evolved from Kadamba script of 5th century. The language enjoys the privilege of being presented with the prestigious Gnanapita award for 8 times, second highest for any Indian language. It was declared as a classical language of India by the Government of India in the year 2008. Historically, Kannada spoken between 450 to 1200 CE was called Halegannada, which means Old Kannada. That spoken between 1200 to 1700 CE was called as Nadugannada or Middle Kannada, and Kannada spoken from 1700 CE onwards till current day is called as Hosa Kannada or Modern Kannada. These three are called historical stages of Kannada. The language seems to have derived its origins from and influenced by Sanskrit, Prakrit and Pali. 3 regional varieties of Kannada are the southern variety associated with Mysuru and Bengaluru, the northern variety with Hubli, Dharwad and the coastal with Mangaluru. Social varieties are characterized either by education, class or caste. This forms 3 distinct dialects: Brahmin, non-Brahmin and Dalit. Many inscriptions and literatures, researches and surveys have established the timeline of this language, though in different versions and opinions. The Ashoka rock edict at Brahmagiri dated 230 BCE is said to have some Kannada words. Kannada words are also found in Tamil inscriptions of 3rd to 1st century BCE. Similarly, Kannada words are found in the ancient Prakrit inscriptions and books. Some places mentioned by Greek geographer Ptolemy in 150 CE resemble names of places and rivers of Karnataka. The Kannada inscription dated 370 to 380 CE, excavated at Pranaveshwara temple complex at Talagunda of Shivamogga district, is now the earliest Kannada inscription. Earlier to this, Halmidi inscription dated AD 450 was known as the oldest Kannada stone inscription containing an amalgamation of Brahmi and Hale Kannada characteristics. Inscriptions older than Halmidi are also found. Kannada inscriptions are discovered in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat also. About 25 to 30,000 epigraphs written in Kannada are estimated to exist. The earliest copper plates inscribed in Old Kannada dated to 8th century AD. The oldest well-preserved palm leaf manuscript containing 1478 leaves written using ink in Old Kannada is that of Dhavala, which dates to around 9th century. It is preserved in Jain Bhandar, Mudibidri. Some early Kadamba dynasty coins and coins belonging to other kingdoms bearing Kannada inscriptions have been found. The oldest existing record of Kannada poetry in Tripadi meter is Kappe Arabhatta record of 700 AD. Kavirajamarga by King Amoghawarsha in 850 AD is the earliest existing literary work in Kannada. This work mentions many other Kannada works from earlier centuries which have not yet been traced. During the 10th century, a new style was introduced which mixed prose and verse with Champu, an Indian verse form. The three gems of Kannada literature, Pampa, Ponna and Ranna, extensively wrote on episodes from Ramayana and Mahabharata. Veerashaivism was gaining ground in the second half of 12th century and a new phase of writing gained importance. In the 12th and 13th centuries, literary works from Harihara, Raghavanka and Kereya Padmarasa in praise of Lord Shiva emerged. Basavanna, Allama Prabhu and Akka Mahadevi are the pioneers of Vachana literature of 12th century. They were poems on that period's religious and economic conditions. They were effective tools of social revolution pertaining to the ideas of caste, creed, and religion. Hindu saints produced popular devotional poems in Kannada between 15th and 18th centuries. Kanakadasa, Purandaradasa, and Vyasatirtha were some of them. Karnataka has produced renowned poets and writers of the likes of Kuvempu and Bendre in the modern era. Eminent novel writers of the modern era include Kerur, Galaganatha, Shivaram Karanth, K.V. Puttappa, G.P. Rajaratnam and Basavaraja Kattimani. Nanjanagudu Tirumalamba is the first major woman writer in modern Kannada. The spoken Kannada varies amongst different regions of Karnataka, while the written form is more or less consistent. There are about 20 dialects of Kannada. Hatkar Kannadi tribe of Nasik district of Maharashtra speaks a Kannada dialect with a lot of Kannada words. 49 phonemic letters are used in Kannada language. These letters are divided into three groups: 13 swaras or vowels, 34 Vyanjanas or consonants, and 2 Yogavahakas which are neither vowels or consonants. Different characters of these letters can be combined to form Uttaksharas, that is compound characters. Kannada script is syllabic. Shabdamani Darpana by Keshi Raja is the most authoritative old grammar book in Kannada. Kaviraja Marga of 850 CE is the first Kannada book on poetics and basic grammar. The oldest Kannada dictionary is Ranna Kanda of 996 ACE, composed by poet Ranna. The first modern Kannada to Kannada dictionary was edited by G. Venkatasubbiya. It was published by Kannada Sahitya Parishad and had a 9,000 page 8-volume series. There are many interesting facts about Kannada. In Tamil Nadu, Kannadigas form third biggest linguistic group and make up more than 2% of the state's population. Goa has about 7% of Kannadigas. Many Kannada words are found in Malayalam spoken by people of Lakshadweep. There are about 150,000 Kannadigas in the USA and Canada. Institutions like Kannada Sahitya Parishad and University of Mysuru are making enormous efforts to take Kannada literature to great heights and are commendable. I am proud to belong to the same family of the famous Kannada author and novelist Sri Ta Rasu, who has penned down many novels and stories, many of which have been made into popular Kannada movies. My father-in-law, Sri K. N. Srinivas, has contributed a lot towards Kannada literature and theatre in the pen name Kana Shri. I dedicate this talk to these people and of course my parents, Sri Sitarama Shastri and Srimati Prabha, for rooting the seeds of this lovely language in me. I thank my motherland Karnataka for giving place and space for me here to make a living as a proud Kannadiga. Loads of love to Chitradurga, the place where I was born, Ballari, the place where I was brought up and where my parents live in, Chalakere and Koppa, where I have spent most of my professional life, and of course Bengaluru, which is at present my Karma Bhumi, where I happily live with my family. I would love to be born here again and again and again. On this occasion of Kannada Rajyotsava today, the celebration of Karnataka Formation Day, I would wish all my fellow Kannadigas in and out of Karnataka, in and out of India, a happy Kannada Rajyotsava. Kannadave Satya, Kannadave Nithya. Kannada is truth, Kannada is eternal. If you like this episode, kindly share it with your friends. Catch up with you all very soon with yet another interesting story in my next episode. Bye for now.